गोवर्धन और गंगा का संस्कृति में जिसके वास है, गोवर्धन और गंगा का संस्कृति में जिसकी वास है, पंच तत्वों में रसा बसा जिसका इतिहास है। गोवर्धन और गंगा का संस्कृति में वास है, पंच तत्वों से रचा बसा जिसका इतिहास है। विविधता में एकता पर जिसे पूर्ण विश्वास है। इस सृष्टि की सृजन कल्पना पर मेरा भारत खास है। इस सृष्टि की सृजन कल्पना पर मेरा भारत खास है। एक जोरदार तालियों के साथ आज पैक 2025 और आप सभी का यहाँ पर स्वागत करते हैं। If we all are today sitting here together, it means we are cautious enough about safety, security, and most importantly, Surakshit Bharat. It's an absolute honor and privilege to welcome each and everybody sitting in this hall for the prestigious gathering organized by the Fire and Security Association of India, that is FSAI. Today, we bring together some sharpest mind in architecture, project management, and fire safety, basically the superheroes of the built environment. We are especially delighted to host this event in ITC Grand Chola, Chennai. Chennai is not just a land of filter coffee and Rajnikant, a city rich in cultural heritage and historic significance. The hotel is named after the legendary Chola dynasty. The Cholas were known for their brilliant architecture, their maritime strength and vast empire stretching from the Ganga, जिसका मैंने जिक्र किया था शुरुआत में, stretching from the Ganga to the north, to Indonesia in the east and the Maldives in the south. The legacy continues to inspire modern infrastructure and safety standards for sure. If you are fascinated by massive ancient temples, the Tanjavur and Kumbakonam should be on your bucket list. The sheer size and grandeur of these architectural marvels will leave you speechless and maybe even questioning how people manage to build such massive structures without cranes or modern engineering. Trust me, after seeing those temples and such marvel architecture, we will never complain about the delay which happens in the construction. So before we proceed, let's take a moment to recognize all the VIPs, dignitaries, and industry leaders who have graced us with their presence today. A big thank you to all the dignitaries, our chief guest, and sponsor for your unwavering support in advancing the fire and security standards of India. To start with the event, I request everyone to please raise for national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
भारत माता की, भारत माता की. I request everyone to please be seated. Let's have FSAI anthem and journey of FSAI.
आओ साथ हो जाए एक कदम और बढ़ाए दुनिया को जगाए इन आग की लपटों से एक जिंदगी और बचाए। हमारे हाथों में है जीवन का दौर, आओ ले चले सबको सुरक्षा की ओर। एक लक्ष्य लेकर चले हम, आग ना बन जाए मातम, हर जान कीमती, हर सांस अनमोल। एक लक्ष्य लेकर चले हम, आग ना बन जाए मातम, हर जान कीमती, हर सांस अनमोल। We are FSAI, we are FSAI, we are FSAI, oh. We are FSAI, we are FSAI, we are FSAI, oh. It's a walk on fire, but we don't sigh. Fighting fire, battling flames, saving lives is our aim. For we can't ignore the hue and cry. We are on a mission, noble and high. We are FSAI, we are FSAI, we are FSAI. We are FSAI, we are FSAI, we are FSAI, oh. We are defenders of people's safety and life security. FSAI of all humanity.
Is your life precious? Then join the movement.
Years ago, when our nation started to feel the need of fire and security products, like any other industry, here also, manufacturers came in and started offering their products and services in fire and security domain. After some time, it was felt that fire and security domain is not just like any other field where only commercials are involved. It had an element of service which could be extended to large part of the society so that they could understand the value of human life and could feel the importance of security in day-to-day living. It was also felt that the consciousness and awareness of masses about fire and security would help in protecting their loved ones and properties and would also make our country a more safe and secure place to live. With this intention of educating our countrymen, in August 2002, few of the industry people came together to form FSAI, which was initially called Fire and Safety Association of India. Later, as the security products established their prominence in the market, the association was renamed as Fire and Security Association of India. FSAI is a non-profit organization which would represent the fire protection, life safety, security, building automation, loss prevention, and risk management domains. And since 2002, FSAI has been collectively working to foster a spirit of safe living among all citizens of India and inculcate a proactive mindset towards safety and security at all times. The first chapter of FSAI was formed with 20 members in Chennai in the year 2002. And since then, the growth of our chapters has been phenomenal. In last 20 years, FSAI has added 25 chapters across various states of India along with 20 student chapters. These 25 chapters have been participating aggressively in promoting the message of advanced usage of fire and security systems throughout the country and have also been closely working to develop the fire safety and security engineering education and awareness. FSAI installed its first international chapter in Dubai in January 2025. FSAI student chapters consists of engineering undergraduates, graduates and professional students. The mission of these chapters is to acquire, disseminate and apply knowledge of building automation, fire safety and electronic security. Student chapters also inspired and built passion among the students to make career in the domain. FSAI's student chapters educates the students about the importance of fire and security, and it also helps them to explore career opportunities in the industry along with enhancing their life safety skills. As an extension to this activity, we have built 2 FSAI students skill development centers initially at Pune and recently at Goa. In this journey of growth, the leaders of FSAI played a pivotal role in defining the objectives of FSAI and driving them to achieve the sense of safety and security among our fellow countrymen. They were well supported by a team of volunteers across all chapters and at national level to carry forward and fulfill the dream of creating a Surakshit Bharat. These leaders worked closely with the government and all other stakeholders to enable the Indian fire and security industry to reach global prominence with better regulatory framework. FSAI has a strength of more than 5,000 members across the industry, which includes global and Indian corporates and professionals consisting of leading architects, consultants, and users and system integrators. In these 20 years, FSAI has conducted more than 100 industry-specific shows in the form of debates, discussions, exhibitions, and network meets. FSAI is also conducting training programs with FM Global and NFPA to give certified credits to the members of association. A lot of programs and workshops which helps our corporate members in their business like GST, ease of doing business and other relevant business topics have also been conducted by FSAI for its members. In 2016, FSAI conducted a car yatra throughout the country to create mass awareness for fire and security. FSAI has also conducted major events like IFC, India Fire and Security Yatra, FSIE, Fire and Security India Exposition, FIST Awards, Finest India Skill and Talent Awards, Bravery Awards, FSAI Life Marathon, and PACC, Project Heads, Architects and Consultants Conclave.
भारत, हमारा भारत ज्ञान की गंगा के नाम से प्रसिद्ध है। हमारा भारत हर चीज जैसे कि आर्किटेक्चर, कल्चर, इवन साइंस एंड डिस्कवरी, सभी चीज़ों में सबसे आगे माना जाता है। हमारा भारत नया भारत कहलाता है। हमारे भारत जहाँ पे वेद व्यास और वाल्मीकि जैसे ऋषि मुनियों ने रामायण और महाभारत जैसे शास्त्र रच दिए, वहीं हमारे जो भगवान गणपति हैं, जिन्होंने पूरी महाभारत को लिखा और साथ में सभी को ये ज्ञान के देवता के नाम से जाने जाते हैं, अब उनकी आराधना के साथ आज के कार्यक्रम की हम शुरुआत करना चाहते हैं. So, to officially start this event, to invoke the blessings from the Almighty, let's light the traditional lamp, a symbol of knowledge and progress. Let me invite our President of FSAI, Mr. Srinivasan Velluri, our Secretary of FSAI, Mr. Dipan Mehta, Treasurer, Mr. Nimit Seth, Mr. Suresh Menon, the Events Chairman, Mr. Ajit Raghavan, Immediate Past President, Mr. Pankaj Dharka ji, Presidential Member, Mrs. Rakhi Deepak, President-elect. I also would like to invite Mr. Lalit Gabane ji, Director General and Chief Executive of National Safety Council. I request everyone to please light the lamp.
पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात्. पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात्. पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात्.
Thank you, everyone. Bharatnatyam, a profound symbol of Tamil culture, is one of the oldest classical dance forms in India, is believed to have origins linked to Bharat Muni, the ancient sage who wrote the Natya Shastra. It involved in the temples of Tamil Nadu as a sacred art. This classical dance form, originating from Tamil temples, is all about grace, storytelling, and powerful expressions. Kind of like how project managers explain deadlines to their team. So, sit back and enjoy this enchanting performance.
taka tadi tam tana tam taka tadi kita taka kira kita kita taka taka di taka tom taka tadi kita taka tom tom kita jannu tam dimi tam taka tadi kita taka jamta kita dimi tam kita tam taka tadi kita taka janna kira kita jamtari kita taka janna kira kita taka jamtari kita taka taka tadi takum tadi kita tom 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 சுற்றி வருகுது வேல் முற்றும் வினையது விலகுது பார் கற்ற தமிழது இனியது நான் உற்ற பயனது பெருகுது மனமது உருகுது தான்
சுற்றி வருகுது வேல் முற்றும் வினையது விலகுது பார் கற்ற தமிழது இனியது தான் குற்ற பயனது பெருகுது மனமது உருகுது கான் சுற்றி வருகுது வேல் முற்றும் வினையது விலகுது பார் கற்ற தமிழது இனியது தான் குற்ற பயனது பெருகுது மனமது உருகுது கான்
கிட்ட தக தரி கிட்ட தக தக தோ கிட்ட தக தரி கிட்ட தக தக தி தோ கிட்ட தக தரி கிட்ட தக ஜன்னு தாம் தத ஜம் தத் திங்கின துதக ஜம் தத் திங்கின துதக ஜம் தத் திங்கின சரவண பவ குகன் அழகன் ஹரஹர சிவன் மகன் முருகன் அருள் தரும் குருபரன் குமரன் அறுபடை அருமுகன் பரதன்
சரவண பவ குகன் அழகன் ஹரஹர சிவன் மகன் முருகன் அருள் தரும் குருபரன் குமரன் அறுபடை அருமுகன் பரதன் சரவண பவ குகன் அழகன் ஹரஹர சிவன் மகன் முருகன் அருள் தரும் குருபரன் குமரன் அறுபடை அருமுகன் வரதன்
தாம் தாம் தகதஜம் தீம் தீம் தகதஜம் தும் தும் தகதரும் நம் நம் தகததிம் தகிட்டதாம் தகதரிக்கிறதும் தகத்தாம் தகதரிக்கிறதும் தத்தாம் தகதரிக்கிறதும்
முருக மலராறு தமிழாறு மகவாக மலர்ந்திருந்தவன் குமர மயிலேறி விளையாடி திருவாக தவழ்ந்து உயர்ந்தவன் மலையாறு தனில் சேவ கொடியேந்தி மகிழ்ந்தமர்ந்தவன் மறையோதும் அடியாரை மனதேந்தி உகந்தருள்பவன் மலராறு தமிழாறு மகவாக மலர்ந்திருந்தவன் மயிலேறி விளையாடி திருவாக தவழ்ந்து உயர்ந்தவன் மலையாறு தனில் சேவர் கொடியேந்தி மகிழ்ந்தமர்ந்தவன் மறையோதும் அடியாரை மனதேந்தி உகந்தருள்பவன் எரிக்கும் நெருப்பின் பொரியன உதித்தவன் நீ மயக்கும் மலைத்தேன் வள்ளியை மணந்தவன் நீ வியக்கும் விதத்தில் சூரனை அழித்தவன் நீ மனத்தால் நினைத்தார் வினையற அருள்பவன் நீ எரிக்கும் நெருப்பின் பொரியன உதித்தவன் நீ மயக்கும் மலைத்தேன் வள்ளியை மணந்தவன் நீ வியக்கும் விதத்தில் சூரனை அழித்தவன் நீ மனத்தால் நினைத்தார் வினையற அருள்பவன் நீ தொம் கிட்டத்தக்க தொண கிட்டத்தக்க தாயதி நம் கிட்டத்தக்க நன கிட்டத்தக்க தாயதி தோ கிட்டத்தக்க தாயதி கூதி குத்தீத்த கூதி குத்தீத்த தொம் கிட்டத்தக்க நம் கிட்டத்தக்க தத்தித்தாய
Wow, what a brilliant performance. Such a energy and what expressions. A big round of applause for every person who has danced here. And a special mention, Rakhi ma'am's daughter is also part of it. So a very big round of applause for Rakhi ma'am and her daughter. Thank you so much, ma'am, for inspiring your daughter for the culture of India. With this, now let's move ahead and talk about PACC. So here I am, Mr. Mayank Dadu, President of Madhya Pradesh Chapter and Divisional Warden Civil Defense, Indore. I welcome everybody again in this hall, and let's begin with PACC 2025. In today's world, fire safety is not an option, it's our responsibility. Today's event is not just about discussions, it's about action, collaboration, and redefining safety standards for a smarter future. A visionary leader who believes that the future of fire safety is not just about reacting, but staying ahead of the curve. Let's welcome Mr. Suresh Menon, sir, to share his thoughts on PACC 2025, a fresh chapter and inspired vision.
Vanakkam. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the 11th edition of Project Heads Architects Consultants Conclave PACC 2025. PACC is FSAI's flagship program, and today it is India's leading conclave for all stakeholders from the field of fire, security, life safety, and building automation. PACC is a perfect platform for meeting of thought leaders, industry experts, engineering professionals, and OEMs who all believe in one mission of Surakshit Bharat. This year's PACC agenda has been hand-curated to cover various topics ranging from technological advancements to the strategies to mitigate the emerging challenges. Next couple of days, you would listen to some eminent speakers, be a part of the panel discussions, and also witness some state-of-the-art innovations that would change the fire and security industry. We are thrilled to have this edition of PACC at Chennai, the cultural heritage capital of India. We are even more thrilled to hold it here because it is the birthplace of FSAI. Way back, few of our founders started this organization here in Chennai. That's 2002. May I invite on stage our founders, Mr. D. Balachandran, Mr. Rajiv Macheri, Mr. Anand Raj. May I request our presidential members to please come on the dais and honor our founders. Let's give a big hand to all the founders of FSAI. Mr. Liaquat Ali Khan, who is also the founder of FSAI, is on the way. Unfortunately, he is not in the hall today, but he would join us a little later, maybe in an hour or so. It is the vision and hard work of these leaders that FSAI has grown over this last 2 decades. We have today 25 chapters across India, and as you know, we have initiated our first international chapter in UAE. PACC is always a challenge. This one was no different. When you have passionate committee members and 98 strong sponsors, life becomes easy. I would like to thank my committee members and the 98 sponsors who stood with us in executing this PACC. Please give a big hand to all committee members and the sponsors. But one person had put in a lot of efforts. He had sleepless nights. He's the architect behind this PACC 2025. May I invite Mr. Ankur Gupta on dais. I will request him to please share more insights on PACC. Give him a big hand, please.
So hello, namaskar and good evening to all of you. A very warm welcome to all the project heads, architects, consultants, system integrators sitting across in the hall, all the OEMs, manufacturers, sponsors. I hope you will enjoy this PACC as you have always enjoyed all the PACCs. So Mr. Menon has said a lot. It is definitely a teamwork. I, in personal capacity, did not do much. But our team, over a period of time, since this is our 11th PACC, has really become professional in conducting these kind of events. Over next 2-3 days, what you will see is lot of learning, lot of good connections to make, lot of business opportunities to explore. So I would request all of you to please enjoy each and every session of PACC, be it a panel discussion, a motivation session, a keynote session, whatever it is. We have many things coming up in next 2 days, including a motivational session. Just tonight, Mr. Suresh Srinivasan is going to be our motivational speaker for tonight. Tomorrow we have very interesting session coming up by Mr. V. Gopinath, who is the conceptualizer and creator of the largest or the tallest statue of the world, which is Statue of Unity, as you all know. We also have coming up a very nice session on 8th, which is on cyber securities. आजकल आप लोग देख रहे हैं ना, बहुत सारे financial frauds and all these are happening. So we have an expert, Mr. Amit Dubey, who's coming from Delhi. He's featured on Kaun Banega Crorepati as a special guest. So he'll be there to guide us about the cyber security things. And finally, we have a power play session where many exciting things are coming up. In addition to this, we will also have Bravery Award nights tomorrow evening and gala dinner day after tomorrow evening. Tomorrow the sessions will start at 9:30 p.m. So 9:30 a.m. Sorry. So please take special care of the time, because as you all know, time is the main key ingredient to make any program successful. If we miss out on time, we may miss out on the actual fun that we are going to have. So I would request all the moderators, panelists, speakers to please stick to the time, whatever time has been scheduled and allotted to you. So that's it from my side. And one more announcement to all the beautiful ladies sitting in the hall, that tomorrow we have planned a trip for all of you to Mahabalipuram. The buses will be there at the Symbian Porch at 9 o'clock in the morning. So please do your quick breakfast and be there to explore Chennai. Thank you very much. And one more thing to add, sir, may I? So, since most of the faces that I see in this PACC are really new, so you may not have witnessed about PACC. So let us have a quick recap of previous 10 PACCs, whatever we had, so that you can have a preview of what we are going to have in next 2-3 days. Can we have that, AV? So thank you, Mr. Menon, for making me part of the team. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, a word of gratitude by our very own Mr. Pankaj Dharkar ji, who is the presidential member. Under his leadership, FSAI has expanded by leaps and bounds, proving that safety and security is not just a responsibility, but a movement. Please welcome, with a big round of applause, Mr. Pankaj Dharkar ji.
Good evening. Good evening. So first of all, let me thank my founder members, Rajiv Macheri ji, Balaji, Anand, and Liaquat for taking us to this stage today. I think it has been fascinating journey for all of us. We just saw that. And how can I forget Shami Saab? Fantastic support from him. And many stalwarts here, Warik ji is here, directors of fire services of various departments from across the country are here. So their passion, their love has taken us to this stage. And I think I would like to correct, we had 102 partners. So I think out of 102 partners, 98 are here. So I just want to correct Suresh, we had 102, we have crossed the century. So again, thanks to all the partners, because of their passion, their love, their support, we could do such programs. And you can see the size of this hall. I think you are only seeing 33% of the hall. 66% is still on the other side of this wall behind you, which makes this as amazing venue. As we are growing, our needs are growing, the hotel sizes are growing, and it is becoming virtually big challenge to hold such events. So we are, next time I think, with the kind of stalls, this venue was given to us at 2 o'clock in the morning, right? There are people who are working 24 hours for last couple of days, last 2 days, I think they have not slept. Thanks to Renu and entire FSI team for making this happen. I think all credit goes to Pramod. I think it is his idea when we started PACC, right? Where is Pramod? Pramod, thank you very much. I think you had been an inspiring force for all the presidential members. And it was a fascinating January when, with the help of our friends from Dubai and vision of my current leader, Srinivas, Ajit ji, that we started our UAE journey. And it was in a meeting with Shami Saab and Mr. Garg and Ajit in Delhi that we got this inspiration. So thanks again, Shami Saab. That was a very wonderful evening when we got such inspiring leaders to help us to take this journey forward. Friends, I think next PACC is going to be very different. I'm not going to take away thunder, but we want to move towards decarbonization. Being chair of decarbonization in air conditioning industry in ISHRE, we have learned one thing, that we should come up with venues, we should come up with a carbon neutral event. So I will urge Mr. Srinivas that next event, when we do, we should avoid the flags, we should avoid the stall, but let us go digitally smart and do an event which is unparalleled, never ever seen by this country. So my best wishes to you. I'm sure under your presidentship, this is going to be a 12th edition, which will be fascinating, different from what we are going to witness today, because such kind of halls are not available in the nation, and we would like you to be taken to different venues of the nation. So it will be a collective wisdom. I think I'll like to take your inputs from all my partners to make sure that we do a decarbonized event. So Friends, I think he had given me 5 minutes. I wanted to close my words in 5 minutes. Thank you for a wonderful MC. He comes from Indore. Dadu, where are you? So thank you very much. He is a young leader, and we have such leaders across the nation, and we will look forward that our leadership continues as we move forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So as sir said that the hall sizes and the hotels are getting vast, and now in all these magnanimous spaces we are conducting our events. So we should know how many exits are there in this hall. We should actually know कि इस भूल भुलैया में अगर कुछ हो जाए तो हमें यहाँ से बच के बाहर कैसे निकलना है. So when I came, I was actually lost in this property just to find my room. I think so. मेरे साथ और भी ऐसे लोग होंगे जिन्हें ये प्रॉपर्टी थोड़ी भूल भुलैया जैसी लग रही होगी. May I have a cheer from the hall? कित्तों को यहाँ पे भूल भुलैया जैसी प्रॉपर्टी दिखी? सबको दिखी? So I think so. This is the time where we call ITC Fire and Chief Colonel Prabhakar Heber to just give us a short briefing that in case of any emergency, how we are going to evacuate the place and what all things we need to remember are do's and don'ts for next 3 days. Sir. That's it. उधर आ जाओ.
Namaste everybody. I am Colonel Prabhakar Heber, Head of Loss Prevention, ITC Grand Chola. At the outset, I welcome you all to this great hotel and I wish you a very wonderful period during a short stay here. Well, our hotel, as the MC had told, I'll just tell a little about the hotel also, including in my safety briefing. As I'm standing, I'm facing south and all of you are facing north. So the road Anna Salai goes from south to north, east to west, and all of you are facing to the north. Our hotel is in 3 blocks. As you enter the hotel, the first block is called the Towers block or the North block. In this, all the rooms start with the serial number 3. It's all 4-digit number. All of them start with serial number 3. And the center block, where you have the grand staircase, that is called the EC block, where all the numbers start with number 2. That's also 4-digit numbers. And the last block is on the back side. It's called the service apartment block, where you have service apartment, where all the numbers start with 4. This is the simplest thing. And if you have to come to this particular location, it is in the 2nd floor. So once you are, let's say, in the EC block, room number 2, you come to the grand staircase, come out of there, and on the right side, when you come out, you have the Febble cake shop. You have the escalators over there, and in case you find it difficult to come on the escalator, we also have an elevator over there. In the elevator, you have to press the button B for Bravo, which is the banquet floor. And then there you are, sitting here. Now coming to the safety and security, this hall has got smoke detectors, sprinklers, and also the PA system. So, as of today, we are not having any security or safety drills being conducted in our hotel. So if you hear a warning to vacate the hall, it is true. It's a real incident. In such a case, please do not panic. As you see to your left, we have 3 doors where it's marked exit. And onto your right also, we have 2 of them, out of which one is covered with one of the banners. These are the fire exits. From there you go out. And please do not take the escalator or the elevator. We have fire escapes and fire staircases right outside, and we have our hotel staff also to guide you. And once you go down, you have a safe assembly area in front of the Chola porch, and there's one more safe assembly area in front of the Vallavan porch also. So you can go there safely, and we all will be there to guide you and take you there. And I can assure you of one thing. This particular ITC Grand Chola is the safest place in the country as of today, tomorrow, and the day after, because all of you are here. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, may I invite FSAI National President, Mr. Srinivas Velluri, to make a welcome speech, a leader who not only mesmerizes us with his vast knowledge, but also ensures that our industry stays ahead of the curve, always motivating, always evolving. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the National President of FSAI, Mr. Srinivas Velluri, to deliver his welcome speech.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Thank you very much. And first of all, my hearty welcome to all the project heads, architects, and consultants for this 11th edition of PACC. This is going to be really an exciting event for all of us. Gentlemen, India is growing like anything. We are moving towards $5 trillion economy. And along with that, our real estate is growing by building almost one New York City every year. This is what the statistics say. And we are also almost, 50% of the people are going to migrate to cities in the next 5 years or 6 years. With this kind of growth, it is not only the population or the development or the different type of sectors which are growing, even the incidents related to fire safety and security have been growing. This is what we have been observing, and it is very much essential for us to look at all these things. The distinguished guests here hope to find and pave us a way for us to find some new solutions and new ideas how we can bring down on our incidents. I would like to, for some of the people who are for the first time they're attending PACC or maybe new to FSAI, we would like to just introduce a bit. Probably you would have seen the video, but still, I would like to make a small presentation. Can I have the presentation, please? Yeah. So FSAI, you all heard, this is the place where FSAI is born, and many of our founder directors are already here. It is in 2002. And today, an association which is started maybe with around 10 members, I'm not sure it is, 10 to 15 members. Today it is more than 8,500 members with almost 25 chapters across India. And of course, we added another international chapter recently at Middle East. And also, we have been taken up this particular theme, reach out. We would like to reach out to various different associations or otherwise the sectors like the pharmaceutical or manufacturing industries where FSI is not heard so far. And I think we are successful to some extent by doing some kind of programs related to the pharma and engineering industries. And I am sure this is going to grow further. We have a lot of work to do, gentlemen. And we have done, this is one of the passionate programs taken up by FSAI. The number of students so far trained by FSAI are more than 400,000. Can you believe this? I mean, last year alone, there were around 83 school programs have been conducted. Almost around 65,000 people or students have been reached and taught about the school programs. This is one of our passionate initiatives. And also institutional and corporate trainings, we have done in almost 70 sessions with around 20,000, more than 12,000 people attended all these sessions. And we have fire safety training sessions conducted in housing societies. Around 2,500 people have attended. We are also looking at taking it up to every tall building in the country. This is our idea to reach every association and every organization. There were around 37 technical seminars that have happened with almost 15,000 people attended these seminars across the country. And we have done around 54 webinars. This all happened during the last 1 year. I'm not talking about the last 23 years of achievements. And then around 22,500 people have attended these webinars. And these things have been happening every day almost in FSAI. Public awareness programs. It is not only about fire safety and security. We have been doing tree plantations, blood donation camps, FSAI Life Marathon, and also the annual Ganesh Mandal Awards. I was really fascinated when I was there in Mumbai when the award was given to one of the Ganesh Mandal. I think they are going to celebrate 100th year in Mumbai, and they are very passionate. They wanted to do whatever the best mechanism for fire safety they wanted to implement. This is all the inspiration taken from FSI, gentlemen. And the safety tips. See, we have seen some of the very small children, neonatals. They were died in Delhi in an accident, in a fire accident. or 6 children, you know. And so we started issuing this kind of Suraksha tips, which is reaching, you know, this is with respect to the hospitals, where we have reached almost around 86,000 people across the country. And we have circulated this information to every hospital and every nursing home through Indian Medical Association. And also, with respect to firecracker safety tips and other things, we are circulating this kind of Suraksha tips to every person, whoever is there in our database, and we are sure that they can probably circulate it to some of their contacts, by when we can reach almost lakhs and lakhs of people across the country. And we have already got skill development centers at Pune and Goa. We are going to have third skill development center shortly, maybe in a month's time, in Mumbai. And maybe we would like to see skill development centers at every chapter in the country. And Suraksha Index. Gentlemen, the chair of our Suraksha Index, Mr. Pankaj ji, is here. He has taken up very, very passionately. I would say this is a unique program in the world. We have not heard anywhere a rating system similar to a green building rating system, where we like to look at the fire Suraksha rating system. That is with respect to fire safety and security. We have more than 150 accredited professionals today across the country, and they're all available at your service. Being some of the, the organization heads, you people should take this to your advantage and get your facility audited and then rated by our experts. This is going to definitely help the industry and help and give a confidence to the people that they're entering a safe premises. And also Surakshit Nari. I don't know how many of you are aware that, almost 60 people die every day. Please remember, 60 people die every day in fire accidents, and almost around 35 people die due to electrical related issues. And out of that, 66% of the people are ladies, I believe. This is a statistics which I have taken from NCRB, National Crime Records Bureau. And so we have a separate chair for the Surakshit Nari, and they have been doing a wonderful job. Almost every month they are doing a webinar. So I request every one of you to please support us in this particular initiative. Mr. Sujal Shah, who is very dynamic, she has been doing an excellent job on this. Thank you very much. And also we have a journal, which is a bi-monthly. We have a newsletter, we have a directory, and we are present on all the social media. And we are also coming out with FSI merchandise, where we would like to see that some of the safety gadgets are available online for every person. And these are some of the images which you have already gone through. I would like to spend, this is anyway we are here for PACC 2025. And FSI Life Marathon, this is going to happen again at Chennai shortly, maybe in a month's time. And smoke management and compartmentation. This was never talked about, in any of the forums. Even though many of the organizations like ISHRE, ASHRE have been doing some work, but there is no systematic program. The first systematic program is going to happen as a workshop in Mumbai during March 7th and 8th. Now the dates are changed a bit to 6th and 7th. And so this is going to be a wonderful program. Whoever is interested, please join. It is going to be a workshop where you will be taught about how to design a smoke management system and the importance of fire compartmentation. And we also have done, coming up with fire safety, electrical safety, security and automation, FESA 2025. This is going to happen on 28th of February at Goa, and we are also planning to do this exclusively for pharma industry at Hyderabad. During last year, 2024, it was attended, it's a 2-day program, every day was attended by almost 200 delegates. And this year also, we're going to repeat the same thing at Hyderabad. And FSIE, Mr. Suresh has already talked about it. I'm not going to spend much time about the FIST awards and other things. And thanks to Dubai Civil Defense, our friends are here. Gentlemen, we should give them a big hand. We are really amazed, I would say, to look at the kind of initiative taken by them, that is 1 billion readiness. Have you heard any time, any country taking up an initiative to train and teach 1 billion people across the country, across the globe, about the fire safety and teaching and training about the fire safety? They have taken that initiative, and we are going to support them fully, and we will hear more about that in the next, probably during the next session. And these are the, the event that has happened at Dubai, where we have our chapter launched. And we are also, our friends are here from Australia, Fire Protection Association Australia. So this is an event going to happen in May in Australia, Sydney. So we thought, as a delegation from FSAI, we could probably attend this program. And they're also here. Definitely, FSAI will support that, and we'll go together. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. This is the quote by Mahatma Gandhi and my favorite quote. And we request all passionate members. I'm sure there are a lot of non-members in this particular audience. We request every one of you to become part of this movement that is Surakshit Bharat. Thank you to all the distinguished guests who have been, spending a lot of time. This is not easy, 3 days from a busy life. And then we hope that we'll get a lot of outcome from this event. And also our sponsors, without their support, this could not have happened. And our events committee, they did an excellent job. I never thought that definitely is going to realize to this extent, but it is an excellent venue, excellent thing. I'm sure every one of you will enjoy this particular event. And our headquarters team, they have been working relentlessly for the last 6 months. I know the kind of pain they have taken. Let us give them a big hand. And thank you very much for this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Chennai. Is it just about idlis and dosas? It's about the architecture, it's also about the safety, and it's about resilience. For example, let's speak about Kapileshwara temple. It's been standing since Pallava's era, surviving the modern, contemporary, the medieval history, and the present, of course. So if you are planning to visit it, just make sure that you manage your time along with the traffic of Chennai. So on that note, Chennai is also home to some of the iconic companies in fire and security division. Ravel is one of them. So may I now invite Mr. Ashwin to the stage for a conversation with Mr. Shiv Ramakrishnan of SS Consulting. With a big round of applause, let's have both the dignitaries on the stage.
This is Rajit. So Ashwin is not there.
So sorry from my end. Ashwin sir is not here. So Mr. Rajit Shekharji, VP Sales and Marketing, Raval Electronics, is taking his place. So with a big round of applause, let's begin the conversation.
Vanakkam. Good evening to all. I need a little bit Josh. Good evening. Thank you. Because we are just landed to the superstars Rajnikant's place. So welcome to all. Almost, last year when they invited and they had announced, we are excited. And immediately we posted with superstars Taleva's pictures. So once again, welcome. I would like to, introduce our Rajit. The theme of this discussion is shaping the future of fire alarm system, innovation, standards and sustainability. Reflects the pressing needs to be combined cutting-edge technology, robust regulations, and sustainable practice to ensure safer environment for all. Leading this dialogue is a person who has been instrumental in redefining the outlook of fire alarm system industry in Indian market. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dynamic Vice President, Sales Marketing of Ravel Electronics, Mr. Rajesh Shekhar Pillai. Big applause.
Vanakkam Chennai, and welcome all to PACC.
Rajit, we need more Josh from people, right?
Vanakkam Chennai. Can I have a Vanakkam from you all? Vanakkam is
Thank you.
Welcome.
Rajit?
Yes.
Oh, thank
Yep.
you. See, Rajit, first my question is first of all, the first place FSA born in Chennai, the same way Ravel is born in Chennai. I mean, we have many places we have visited, in other countries. I visited one of the shipping places, I've seen this Ravel panel. I was surprised. Immediately I called our chocolate boy. He's not there here. And he said, yes, sir, we are everywhere in the, Europe, all the places. Rajit, I have one question here. as a fire safety standards like EN 54, UL plays such a crucial role, ensuring could walk through an importance of adhering of both global and local standards. Additionally, how does, considering of complaints and equality importance and meet in this religious requirements, Rajit?
Thank you, Shivaji. Actually, adhering to the local and global standards like UL, EN, FM, now are paramount to ensuring the reliability and performance of any fire alarm systems. Now, these standards act as a benchmarks, setting the necessary criteria for the fire alarm system to function properly in the real emergency situations currently. The compliances ensure that the products can withstand the demanding needs of fire, from rapid detection to the alertness which goes into the society. And also meeting the local regulatory requirements of the fire and safety and also on the quality basis. By aligning all this together with the global and the regional standards, manufacturers like us are able to demonstrate the commitment to provide a robust system, and that every manufacturer falls under different categories of their convenience of getting into certain compliances or standards as such. At Travel, we take the responsibility very seriously, in fact. As the only Indian manufacturer of fire alarm system with UL certification, we take immense pride in saying that we have been there in the market for past 15 years with the UL certification. We are the largest manufacturer of fire alarm system with the largest manufacturing facility in South Asia, in fact. And with the UL certification, which is recognized globally, it ensures that our fire alarm systems meet the rigorous safety and performance requirements set by one of the most respected safety organizations of the world. We are also, in fact, going into the FM certifications and also certain video certification on our product lines. So, to maintain this consistent commitment on the quality, Ravel actually employs a comprehensive approach. Comprehensive approach, it includes the manufacturing process, which follows a stringent quality control from the very beginning of including the, since we are UL certified, even the components, the raw materials that we use are all UL certified, to the product which comes out on the final testing also. And we are heavily invested on the bringing in the state-of-art machineries, state-of-art technologies in the production line also. So, moreover, we are constantly updating our internal process. Right. And now we are also trying to come out with new product lines, new technology which is available, and not trying to stand out in the technological warfare which is there globally on coming out with some different products. Saying that, yes, by upholding the standards, we ensure that our products are viable and reliable and effective protection to all our clients across.
Okay, fantastic. In fact, I visited the factory. I mean, such a fantastic one. And like, once you enter to this factory place, there will be a lot of latest technologies and evacuation maps, each and everything. There's a lot of innovation things. They did it. Fantastic. And second question, I think I will not take much time, Rajit, but still, as we explore their integration with building automation systems, could you elaborate on how real time, like monitoring and remote access enhance fire safety? And what are the challenges, to be addressed for that?
When we talk about real-time monitoring and seamless integration, it is actually to revolutionize the fire safety system. Fire detection is instantly shared to the building automation systems, and it gives various commands, the output commands to any third-party interface system, such as activating the sprinklers, unlocking the emergency exits, controlling the HVAC and ventilations, shutting down some electrical system, which are the basic requirements of the fire norms. Now, what comes in on top of it is the remote monitoring, and the centralized control. Gone are those days wherein you have only one centralized control system. Now the world is coming more into the IoTs and into the artificial intelligence. So people want to monitor, or people want to have the control on a centralized system in decentralized manner.
Exactly.
Especially on the mobile also, if it comes directly, it is
now
possible.
the entire world is running behind IoT and AI.
Exactly.
So you are created that.
Exactly. So, and for that, there are certain challenges. Like, we need to follow certain protocols. There are a lot of protocols, which we commonly adhere to, which is the BACnet, Modbus communication, SNMP communication, MQTT, which is going on the 5G network and all the stuff for communicating over the IoT process. Now, there is one more major challenge that we face, which is the data overload. When the data is being transmitted remotely, there are challenges like, you have to ensure that the data is secured. To adhere to that, to compensate on that, we have come out with the quantum key distribution encryption method, which is a highly secured encryption, which can secure your data in any ways that is been followed also.
Fantastic, fantastic. Good, Rajit, and my third question is, as we explore the potential of next generation of fire alarm system technology, here's the question for you is main, like the main, this one is now. With the rapid advancement of AI, which we discussed in the previous, what is that step, like IoT and fire safety, what do you see that like, the biggest challenge, for us, the future generation, and widespread adoption of this innovative systems, particularly in region with limited infrastructure and technical experts. See, especially, and once you move on to this next generation, we need a lot of kind of exposures. So how you are plan for that?
Gone are those days of conventional systems. Yeah, even in the addressable, when we talk, we basically talk about, when we talk about the fire alarm system, we talk about smoke, heat, and multi-sensor, basically. But, this is like our, when we do our engineering, the civil, mechanical, and electrical is there. They stay alone. But, there are add-ons to it, like the IT and other stuff. So what we added is, we have come out with, we are ventured into the artificial intelligence based of filtration of the smoke particles. We are ventured into the IoT parts, and something very innovative which we have come out with is the quantum photodiode technology-based sensors. The quantum photodiode-based sensors are much more faster than the conventional photodiode sensors. They consume very little fraction of a second on the detection and in triggering the alarms also. So that's something which we have come out. IoT is now definitely a game changer, which everyone is aware of. Everyone, in fact, Maharashtra Civil Defense has enforced, Mumbai Civil Defense, in fact, Variksa, under Variksa's guidance, that mandatorily you need to have the IoT-enabled panels coming out. So that is something which we are also venturing. Wi-Fi is something new again, which we want to come out with, wherein using the LoRa networks, the long-range networks, we are coming out with certain products on that range also. So innovation is there, and we are actually investing a lot of time and money in our development, design and development process in getting these things done in the market.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so my final question, I won't take much time. Ravel has a unique ability to cater the diverse market needs to across commercial, industrial, and residential sectors. Could you share some examples of our case studies, how Ravel has developed tailored fire alarm solutions for the different industries? Especially if I can say this, we have a lot of industries developing over there in all over the country, like especially in residential. Now, how you are catering it, like your bifurcations of industrial, residential, commercial places like office space or hospitals, how you are catering it?
We believe since we are made in India company, and since we are a locally available company which caters the largest population currently, we are also open to customization. There was one such requirement, and I'll not name the name, the client, wherein, it was a huge site with almost like 130 plus acres of land was there, wherein the fire lamp panels were 130 plus fire lamp panels of different makes. The client had a very specific requirement that he wanted to have the whole thing integrated into a central command center. And the project started with IoT enabled solutions. And the client wanted to, because these are far off sites, some sites are not been able to connect it over the fiber also. We came in with the dual technology. One is connecting it on the fiber plus connecting it on an IoT device. And in fact, it took us 2 years to customize the whole project. We had successfully handed it over. And based on that, we also were working on some of the ISRO projects also across. With the same kind of technology, again, we were trying to implement the MQTT and SNMP protocols, for the remote monitoring. I think we are done.
Allow.
Yeah, the alarm has come. So that's the customization that we normally do on the requirements. If there's a specific requirement, we don't shy down to develop and take it as a challenge to develop it.
Fantastic. Rajit, it was mind-blowing. And we miss Rajshekhar sir and, Ashwin. Thanks, Rajit. And thanks to everyone, for the patience, it's a beautiful session. Thanks a lot to everyone.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, PACC again.
Thank you so much. So today here in this hall, we have dignitaries from Dubai, we have dignitaries from government offices, we have our very own members of FSAI, and many other guests also who are attending this event. So as I got to know that approx 700 and plus members are going to attend FSAI PACC 2025. So let's witness how the 700 people energy is going to look for next 2 days. We are just going to have a very simple exercise. Let's have a interactive session, आपका और मेरा. एक छोटी सी exercise करते हैं, जिसमें आपको कुछ नहीं, सिर्फ ये बोलना है, सुरक्षित भारत. But that सुरक्षित भारत has to come proudly and most importantly, loudly. So, हम सबने मिलकर है ठाना, सुरक्षित भारत. ओके, सो हमने मिलकर है ठाना सुरक्षित भारत. हमने मिलकर है ठाना, हम बनाकर दिखाएंगे हमारा नारा, हमारा नारा, हमारा नारा. Wow, now that's the energy what we will be looking for next 2 days, where 700 people will be attending PACC 2025. With this, let's move ahead for the action-packed lineup today. Let's cover fireproof piping, sustainability in firefighting, innovations in safety, and much more. Fireproof piping is absolutely essential for safety. And who better to shed light on this future than the experts themselves? So let's welcome Mr. Pankaj Dharkar sir and Mr. Rajiv Paulji from KPT Pipes to discuss about the future of fireproof piping. A face-to-face session with Mr. Pankaj Dharkar sir.
Good evening again. I think I forgot earlier to recognize presence of Dairy Saab. I think my apologies, Dairy Saab, but you have been also supporting us all the time, all the years. And thank you so much. We need your blessings. Friends, I am with Mr. Rajiv Paul, Senior Analyst from KPT. His MD is traveling to US, Ankurji. And what a great support you have been giving to FSAI. Thank you so much. I think couple of weeks back, I was there to inaugurate his factory.
In Dehradun, the inauguration of KPT Piping, new plant of PPR.
So I would like them to see your new factory, because they are the largest manufacturer of
PPR pipes and fittings for firefighting application, FRVO composite pipes. We are here to give a brief account of how this fire safety piping system is evolved, where there is no corrosion rusting in the piping system. So here I am there to explain how we are.
Can you first show your factory, which was inaugurated?
Yes.
It is the largest plant this particular make has. Can you just show the... Thank you. I think I was fortunate to be there with several consultants of the nation. And I just want to understand from you, because we have been always using steel pipes. And so how do you see the future of this new technology which is taking shape? I understand that the various approvals are also being sought. So could you be clear about it? Can you just...
See, over the years, this traditional MS pipe is being used for firefighting application, where over a span of time, there is corrosion, rusting. So during the real outbreak of fire, the system doesn't work. There is like an incident in Gujarat recently happened where the entire system was choked. So here, the application of Thermoplast red FR composite pipe comes into the picture, which is 100% corrosion-free as well as leakage-free piping system. Because the jointing is very important in this, where there is 100% homogeneous heat fusion jointing in the sizes from 16 mm to 110 mm. Above that, you have the butt fusion jointing. So the jointing process is very economical out here in comparison to the conventional system, and the lasting of that in terms of your leakage. There is no corrosion, rusting and leakage in PPR pipes if you go about. So it's a long-term pipe having a life of 50 years in comparison to the conventional system.
But is it certified by ULFM or, see, I know that you are on that critical part, but can you update?
Yes, I was on this. I just want to update that we have applied this, and by March, this is supposed to come. The UL certification will be there by the end of the March. So, yes.
So, my best wishes to you. I think that is going to be a game changer. I'm sure the BIS committee heads are here. They are also discussing incorporating this material into the next course.
Yes. And MFM certification will be also shortly there. My question was there that we were invited to this particular event. It would have been a pleasure if we have got the certificate by March, and this would have been in the month of April. So I would have just encouraged all the consultants and the architects over here to go for the Thermoplast firefighting pipe with the certification in our hand. But nothing, in 2 months' time, it will be definitely
with us.
Fantastic. You still decided to come to PACC. Thank
Yes.
you so much. I think that's going to be great.
Yes.
So, in real world, are there any projects which you would like to mention where this technology is being used? I was told even data centers are using
Yeah,
it.
data centers are using, I have a small PPT presentation where we have shown how the corrosion has taken place in the fire hydrant lines below. Because what happens when the hydrant line is there, beneath the soil, the MS pipes are there. Within a couple of months' time, say 2-3 months, it is installed properly. And after a period span of 4 to 5 years, there is 100% corrosion in that. So during the time of taking or getting the supplies of water, the system is totally choked out. So we have done a lot of fire hydrant lines in few of the projects in commercial as well as the industrial projects we have done. I want to show the pictures of the MS pipe with comparison to this. There is there in this. You can see how this is the hydrant line. This is the basic application where till now without the certification of the UL certification we are getting it installed because these are all underground, the hydrant lines which are there. You can see the condition of the sprinkler also totally corroded. When it comes to the function time, the things are really choked up and the water supply is not there to extinguish the fire when the real system comes into the picture. You can see. All these leads to the system failure during the time of firefighting application. Absolutely the nozzles are choked and your hydrant lines are choked which are beneath the surface of the earth.
So you are confident that this is going to improve the fire response efficiency?
Definitely this is going to improve in the long term because there is no such span of 4 years, 5 years. This has a life of 50 years. You can see this 160 mm pipes are being installed and we have got certain certificates also which is over a period of time from Sri Ram Institute where they have certified that we can it is having a long life, pressure rating is there and underground also having a life of 50 years without corrosion and rusting.
And what kind of pressure ratings these pipes can stand?
This pipe can withstand pressure rating of 20 bar, that is 20 kg per centimeter square pressure. And sizes range from 16 mm to 400 mm. And predominantly beneath the surface, there is 110 mm and 160 mm pipes.
Would you
We
like
are
to
using
show
the
some
best raw
sites
material
here?
from Hosung Chemical Limited. R200P grade is the raw material, which certifies that the life of this pipe is 50 years. It is having a glass fiber reinforced technology also. There is no snelling or the pipe is absolutely rigid when we are using this R200P grade raw material because of the glass fiber reinforced technology is used in the pipes.
How do you see the future when you have to retrofit a job? Because many old projects have GI pipes which are corroded and my hotels or hospitals are working. So how do you see that this technology can complement that?
Over the years, the MS and the GI pipes have been installed in many commercial and hospitals or institutional sites which have corroded. So what is taking right now the task in our hand is just to replace the corroded pipe and get the PPR installed. So we have the connections like the flange to connect with the existing piping system and get it to PPR. And we have to do a long process, first of all, if the pipes are 8 to 10 years over installed and it is corroded. So we have to take those out. It is a very time consuming process. We have done a project of around 40 days time in Venkateshwar Hospital where 30 days was there just to take out the MS pipes because of the corrosion has taken place. And our installation is very, very fast. I mean, it is just a heat fusion element is there, less of machines, tools is required in that. So we have, like you can see over here also, the application of PPR pipe in the data center also we have done. So PPR pipe, the application is the same in the firefighting as well as the industrial application of where the liquid is there running in this. So 100% it's a leakage proof piping system. And the connectors you can see with the MS, you can get it connected. So the removal in retrofit job basic thing is that we have to remove the corroded pipes, take that out and then get the fresh PPR installed with the connector available with us. We have the tail flanges from there. We can connect to PPR with all sizes and dimensions available with us.
So thank you very much, Paul Sab. I think my best wishes to you, and thank you again for taking through this presentation quickly. And again, I must say that you are great. Without that certification also, you decided to participate and be with us and educate the team about the newer technologies. I think today the essence of time is that my clients want projects to be completed fast without compromising quality, and longevity and sustainability is also becoming extremely, extremely important. So thank you so much for bringing such products which can complement all this.
And this time is the essence of it. The installation is very, very fast in comparison to the other. We have come up with the new products also apart from PPR. The L-Therm, which is aluminium composite pipes, which is bearing pressure up to 40 bar, that is 40 kg per centimeter square pressure for the air compressed line, and temperatures up to minus 25 degree.
I think we have a warning coming back from the team.
With agriculture pipe and fitting, as well as these are the SWR and agriculture pipe for rainwater soil waste also we have launched recently with the PPR pipes for firefighting application.
So my best wishes to you and to KPT, and thank you so much for being part of FSAI.
Thank you.
PACC.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Fire compartmentation is like having an invisible shield protecting lives and our assets. So let's be proactive and not passive. Let's understand fire curtains, why, where, and how. Who better to guide us through than an expert himself? So let's listen to Mr. Sahil Kapoor of Orient Fire. We welcome Sahil with a big round of applause on the stage.
Vanakkam, everyone. First of all, thank you so much, everyone at FSAI, for, again, a wonderful event at Chennai. We have been always honored to be a part of PACC and various FSAI events always, promoting fire and life safety always. Can I have the presentation? So, Orient Fire Curtain is a part of a group known as New Green Building Technologies. We have various companies in our domain. Our group is overall 900 million INR in overall turnover in all of our companies. Orient Fire Curtains were started in 2013 as a joint venture from one of our Indo-British joint venture, which started in 2013. So, talking about the topic, the compartmentation, why, where, and how. It's a very vast topic, but seeing the essence of time, I'll be making it crisp and short. So, a little bit about Orient. So, we have more than a decade of experience in compartmentation. Overall, if we talk about, we have more than various products in our domain. The solutions, what we have specifically, we give solutions starting from the in design stage till installation. So we are there for you since starting till end. Even in fact, seeing our service and reach pan-India, we have been able to do a lot of projects where the systems were installed by other makes, and we are giving the service to them now because of our presence and expertise in the topic. We are one of the first company to get the fire curtains in India in 2013, which were made in India fire curtains. The first company to have specialized fire curtain tested for 4 hours. One of the first company to have a UL listing for our products, which we recently got in 2024. And if you see comparison our product to various constraints like fire ratings or radiation ratings, our systems are unparalleled and unmatched to many of the other products available. Like I said, our reach is pan-India. We have our offices pan-India. Even in Chennai, we have our office, and I'm honored to say Chennai is one of our big market for us. So overall, we have a lot of range in our portfolio, which range mostly in compartmentation. Even in this last year was very good for us. We have been able to do a couple of more partnerships in as well as in fire, as well as in our other companies, which is into plumbing and drainage. These are some of the images from recent tests which we have done in various EN 1634-1, UL10D, where we have been able to do more than 9 to 10 tests, and we are able to get fire ratings from 120 minutes to up till 261 minutes as well. So main is why compartmentation. Coming to the topic, the main reason for that is it's not only for you to save life, but also to save the property, as it costs a lot. At the same time, you can see most of the things which are mentioned specifically in National Building Code also, that if there is a scenario like this, if there is a spread of fire and smoke, it can be restrained if the compartmentation is done properly. So, specifically where are all the areas in NBC also, it specifically mentions where all you can use various kind of compartmentation techniques, like, you have small holes, you have a wall opening, you have a shaft opening. So all these things are there, which I will address in the upcoming slides, along with some pictures. Even in fact, this is one of the glimpses from NBC where you can see the compartmentation. Specifically when you have bigger areas in high rises, it is compulsory to do. So various areas and various compartment size, depending upon the maximum compartment size, depending upon the type of building you have. So now the main one is how to do it. So you can see in the next slide some pictorials which are stated in the NBC as well, where how you can use compartmentation. You can have a firewall, might be a gypsum, might be a 2-hour fire-rated brickwork. It can be a glazing. It can be a structure wall protection. It can be obviously through vermiculite, so that it doesn't spread, the fire doesn't spread from it. It can be a intumescent sealants, wherever you have small openings, because that is the main source where the fire or smoke can leak. And in fact, sometimes when you have vertical piping penetrations, like you have a AHU below, or you have a server room below, and then there is a fire or smoke which can pass from it. So there are various ways of doing it. Spandrel wall protection, shaft closures. So coming specifically to the fire curtains, in industries, people use a lot in, this is one of the examples of doing smoke compartmentation in industries, atriums, doing smoke compartmentation, then fire compartmentation, doing in various warehouses. There is a combination of curtain as well as the partitions. There are various refuge areas where existing glazings can have a fire curtain on top of it. Lift lobbies, internal staircases which are not fire exits, internal staircases where you don't, architecturally you want openness as well as you want specific shapes for it. Atriums again, kitchens, and lastly, I would like to sum up with just one video. Thank you. This is one of our new development which we have tested as well as per EN 1634-1, and we have achieved a rating of 4 hours and total testing time was 261 minutes. As to pass the 4 hours, as per EN 1634-1, there is a 21-minute overrun which is required. It's there in the presentation only.
Orient Fire Curtains is a leading manufacturer of bespoke specialized fire curtains designed for maximum protection. Our fire curtains are rated for up to 4 hours and can withstand temperatures up to 1165 degrees Celsius. Providing exceptional safety and peace of mind, Orient Fire Curtains help contain and control the spread of fire. Ideal for commercial and industrial applications, they ensure the safety of occupants and minimize property damage. Our fire curtains are perfect for protecting escalators, stairs, lift lobbies, and kitchens. They offer reliable performance, easy installation, and compliance with stringent safety standards, making them a trusted choice for fire compartmentation. Orient Fire Curtains has recently launched a specialized flexible fire curtain. This innovative product is designed to provide enhanced protection for specific areas, ensuring comprehensive fire safety solutions tailored to your needs. With experience in over 900 projects across India, Orient Fire Curtains is your trusted fire compartmentation specialist. Connect with us for unparalleled solutions and ensure maximum protection for your property.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sahil. Fire services, civil defense and home guards. ये जैसे 3 नदियों का एक संगम है। हमारे देश में जितनी ज़रूरत फायर सर्विसेज की है, जितनी ज़रूरत होम गार्ड्स की है, और उतनी ही ज़्यादा ज़रूरत हमें सिविल डिफेंस की है। सिविल डिफेंस बेसिकली हम सिविलियंस के लिए ट्रेनिंग का एक सोर्स है, so that we can learn, understand and imbibe how to rescue, how to help anybody who's who's basically suffering from an accident. And to have this particular session with us today, a keynote address we are going to have on vision and guiding principles for project heads, architects and consultants in emerging fire and security landscape in India by none other than our very own Mr. Romil Banyaji, IPS, Deputy Director General, Fire Services, Civil Defense and Home Guards from Government of India. With a big round of applause, I request Sir to please come on stage and address the gathering.
Thank you, Mayank, for your kind words. Distinguished guests sitting here in the hall room, sponsors for today's event, stakeholders from the fraternity of project heads, architects and consultants, FSCI, its organizing committee members, our friends from Dubai and Australia who have joined us here for the 3-day event of PACC. At the very outset, I convey my gratitude to the organizing committee of FSCI and the organizing team for the 11th edition of PACC for inviting me over for today's 11th edition of PACC at Chennai. For me, I have put in around 17 years in the police fraternity. I come from the 2007 batch of Indian Police Service. And as far as the fire framework is concerned, I'm a learner. I joined this fraternity of fire services around 9 to 10 months back in the form of the assignment of Deputy Director General in Ministry of Home Affairs. The gathering of bright and experienced professionals sitting here in this conclave, I see in you a completely apt platform for putting forth my views on how emerging fire and security landscape of India would require all stakeholders present here to remodel, to revisit their vision statements and guiding principles in times to come. It is even more motivating for me to speak here today in the gracious presence of many senior colleagues of my police and fire fraternity. Ladies and gentlemen, traditionally, if you see the guiding principles and the roles and responsibilities of the stakeholders which are present here in the form of project heads, architects and consultants, is basically whether they represent the manufacturing sector or the infrastructure sector or any other service sector, is basically more about the technical scopes, the assigning or scheduling of the resources, delivering the deliverables in a time-bound manner, ensuring the quality checks, maintaining schedules and its execution. So basically, traditionally, the roles and responsibilities of these stakeholders were centered around the intention of promotion of a particular product or catering to the business owner's mandate of maximizing the profitability and improving the efficiency. In my opinion, this traditional approach needs a certain revisiting and remodeling because per se, so far it has been a little bit isolatory in its approach. The times today are changing fast. The India is emerging and it's emerging at a very fast pace. It's emerging and changing with all its phase of growth, whether it's the industry, whether it's the services, technology, finance, infrastructure. Now, Indian brand is also emerging. Since I represent the policy makers and the administrators part of the stakeholders which are present here for the gathering. So Indian brand is emerging. And while this brand is emerging, it is our duty to preserve this brand. And as it grows through the rigors of the global scrutiny. But how exactly? This is a basic question which is in front of all of us, that how exactly we'll contribute to preserve this particular brand. So I will concentrate and limit my submissions with a basic premise that what all remodeling and revisiting of our vision statements and guiding principles is required so that we achieve the preservations of the brand value with which the India is emerging in the global landscape. We recently had our budget released on 1st of February. We are growing at a very decent rate of 6.4% as compared to the global rate of 3.3%. Understandably so, the developing countries and the underdeveloped countries bring down the global average of the GDP. But if you see, our industrial growth is at 6.2% and our capital expenditure is a very decent rate of 8.2%. So my core submissions today center around the premise that we want to capitalize. If we want to capitalize over this India's growth, then we need to revisit our visions and our guiding principles by making following inclusions. Firstly, we need to give due regard to the statutory responsibility and legal requirements primarily to come at par with the global standards and instill a confidence in international community. For stakeholders present here, this should be one of our guiding principles. For instance, just to enumerate a few, there are certain geographies and countries. By naming them, a great sense of confidence comes to our mind. If you see the Japanese corporate entities or the German corporate entities, just by naming that they come from the geographies or the countries like Japan and Germany, it's still a sense of confidence. So we all should preserve, or we should all direct our vision statements in a manner that the Indian corporate entities in times to come also should instill the similar kind of confidence. If you see what exactly is peculiar about these geographies and the countries, it is basically the sense of cohesion, the sense of abiding by the rules and regulations, the sense of innovation, and the sense of hierarchical approach and the honor with which all the workforce in these two countries function, which gives them this particular brand. So in India also, if we want to keep pace with the emerging times in India, so we should also aspire to provide a similar kind of growth atmosphere to all our workforce. So we should give due regard to the statutory responsibility and their legal framework, which are in the form of the rules and the law of the land. Another area which is in the form of another guiding principle is we should try to keep pace with the global trends. Global trends, by which I mean that times are changing so fast that research and innovation and the input which we are giving in current times, if it takes too much time to conclude, probably the research on which we have already started functioning will become obsolete. So it's a reality to keep pace with the emerging times and trends is the need of the hour, and that should be one of the guiding principles for our visions and the management philosophies. To put forth my point, I would draw one particular example. Most of our brothers from the corporate entities are already aware about this. That once upon a time there used to be an epitome in the cellular technology, Nokia, but they became obsolete because their leadership was so pervasive and failed to adapt and read the sentiments of the market that they couldn't adapt with the changing times and they lost relevance and they are nowhere to be seen. A similar such example also exists in the form of the Kodak and the Fuji. There are two Japanese entities where one Fuji is still relevant and still existing, whereas Kodak could not sustain the scrutiny of times just because it couldn't diversify and keep pace with the emerging times. So there is a lesson to learn for all of us in this particular guiding principle, that to keep pace with the emerging times. If you see both these frameworks of fire fraternity and the security fraternity, the emerging areas in fire fraternity these days is fire mitigation. Our colleague just before me, he has mentioned about fire curtains. So this is one of the solutions of fire mitigation. So a lot of research and a lot of investment is going globally in fire mitigation. Government of India also, through its many programs, is trying to pump in government-sponsored scheme in the fire mitigation framework. Another area in fire fraternity, which is in trend and requires a lot of innovation and investment, is solutions of firefighting in high-rise buildings. I'm sure there are a good number of panel discussion and speakers who will be speaking on this in next 2 days. Another global trend in fire framework is the forest fires. What happened in LA, what we see every year in Uttarakhand, is an area of concern. And a lot of government focus is once again going in forest fire and its mitigation. Similarly, in the security framework, if you see the disturbing trends of cyber crime, so data security, the network endpoint terminal, and the server security is another area which is an area of paramount focus, not only by the corporate entities, but also by the Government of India through its Ministry of Information and Technology. Another area which is of focus these days is in security framework is the access control and the facial recognition and the biometric-based identification, and is automation and integration with the already existing security framework of the government infrastructure. Thirdly, another guiding principle which we should always try to aspire and keep in our working philosophy is to inculcate a culture of stakeholder consultation. Whether it's between the business owners and the clients, whether it's between the policymakers and the business owners, the management or the workforce or the marketing team or the clients. So that the effective conflict resolution can be achieved for ensuring higher efficiency. I would like to give a real life example which I witnessed while I was working with Delhi Police. When India hosted the G20 summit last year, it was a year-long festival where a lot of international delegation, they visited all parts and cities of India. But it concluded with the 2-day conclave at the Bharat Mandapam, which was erstwhile Pragati Maidan in the heart of Delhi, Lutyens Delhi. And now we call it Bharat Mandapam. So the venue was nowhere near to host such a big event. And the executing agency was Shapurji Palonji. And they have a brilliant team of project heads and consultants and architects who were already working there for past 4 to 5 years. But the venue was not ready, keeping in mind the requirement, the security protocols, which the visiting delegates from the other countries expect from India. So Delhi Police, which I was representing at that point of time, was giving the overall mandate of organizing the event, keeping in mind the security and the safety aspect of the venue. So we were working very closely with the Secret Service of US and the other visiting countries. Our SPG, which is responsible for the security of the Honorable Prime Minister, traffic police, paramilitary forces, Air Force, NSG, so all the fire fraternity, fire services from the Delhi Fire Services. So everybody was converging at the Delhi police for making the program a success. Now the venue was up and running, only the final touches was there, which was required. But it was not as per the expectations of what the visiting delegations, international delegation was expecting of us. So a lot of stakeholder consultation was required at that point of time. Unfortunately, from both the sides, the project heads of Shapurji, Palonji and the senior management of Delhi Police, we sat together. The consultation was a long drawn exercise. Day and night we have to work together. But by bringing in a culture of a day-to-day consultation by which resolving the conflict resolution, we could eventually give a beautiful and a memorable conclusion of the G20 event. And let me bring it to your notice that the event which was conducted here in India over the entire year, and I'm sure Chennai also hosted good number of delegations in last year for the G20, it garnered the international accolades and the appreciation. So what I mean to profess is that for all our stakeholders here, stakeholders present here, making the stakeholder consultation as a part of our guiding principle and philosophy is very much the need of hour. And for the emerging India in all facets, that is a very core requirement and it should find its adequate deserving place in our vision statements. Lastly, one of the guiding principle which is, and I will give some extra time to this particular aspect, which is the need of the hour is a data-driven decision making. I'll give around 2-3 minutes on this. So data decision-driven making is a very important management concept also. Fortunately so, the corporate entity, the corporate world has been following decision making on the basis of the collected data and its analysis for a very long time. And therefore, those who are able to do that are able to adapt with changing times and still survive and thrive. But government, if you say, as of now, has recently waken up to the idea and the concept of data-driven decision making. If you see in the government setup, under the Ministry of Home Affairs, there are two government departments by the name NCRB, which is the National Crime Records Bureau. It's a fairly new department. It came into being in 1986. And the other one is BPR&D. We call it Bureau of Police Research and Development. So these two entities under the government, if you see the security framework, are responsible for collation of data regarding all crimes and criminals from all states, compile it together, give an annual report before the public and to the government, to the parliament, and at the same time do analysis and provide inputs to the government so that policies in form of statute, law, rule modification and financial or budgetary support can be provided to address the concerns which has emerged after the analysis of these crime and criminal data. I have no hesitation in saying this, that it has done wonders for police fraternity, for security fraternity. It has led to many great innovations in form of data security, in access control security and infrastructure security of critical infrastructure. But without hesitation, I must admit here that this kind of data-driven decision making, as far as the government setup is concerned, is severely lacking in the fire framework. Standing here today, I also represent Director General of Fire Services, Civil Defense and Home Guards. He is a 1989 batch Gujarat Kada IPS officer, Mr. Vivek Srivastav. So under Sir's motivation and guidance, the R Directorate has started a very humble and very small project under the currently ongoing government scheme of modernization of fire services pan-India, for which Government of India has allocated approximately 5,000 crore rupees. So this humble initiative of our directorate is basically to gather the data from all over, from all states and stakeholders pertaining to the major incidents of fire, analyzing this data, to find out what are the major causes of these fires, to map the resources as they exist today, pan-India and within the states, so that in case of any major eventuality, all these resources can be dovetailed and a response can be executed. So it's a humble beginning. There is a long way to go. We have just begun. It may take a couple of years, but we have certain limitations working here on this particular subjects in Government of India, because we all know police and fire are the state subjects. So from this platform, I would appeal to my colleagues who are coming from the state services that some kind of hand-holding and cooperation or a similar initiative at your end would be required. And I must admit that Nagi Reddy Saab, who is here from Telangana, has already taken lead in this particular area. So some kind of cooperation or innovation is required on this particular front of data collation and its analytics. There is a platform in form of portal for which we have been working with the government of Telangana, which is already at our disposal. Those who are interested, they can visit our directorate and seek a copy of, or can have a brief presentation from our directorate. The more stakeholders we get on those boards, the more accurate and the real-time data we'll be able to achieve and analyze it better. See, ladies and gentlemen, this data is not only exclusively required for our policy formulation and budgetary appropriation. This data is also very helpful and handy and be of immense help for the corporate entities and the industries which are working in the fire fraternity. If you are able to rightly get this data and analyze it, you will be able to do and decide the kind of products you want to manufacture, the kind of innovations and the direction of innovation you want to give to your particular product, so that it is not only relevant with respect to the Indian landscape, but is also relevant with respect to the international usability. So I have a humble submission to make to my colleagues who are coming from the corporate world, that though we are having this project ongoing from the Government of India side, a similar project can also be initiated either under the banner of FSAI. There can be a small dedicated team working on this project of data collation and analytics, particularly focusing on the fire incidents and its eventual analysis for application, so that it comes out and becomes a central repository of information, and it can be shared to all the stakeholders, all the manufacturers who want to innovate in times to come to make their product even more efficient, more viable, and sell it across the borders. So I don't know in what fashion it may pan out. It's just a thought which is coming in my mind. So I just leave it in form of an idea before the senior management and office bearers of FSCI to start thinking on these lines, and let us know if at all we can be of any help from the government side in this particular direction. So in brief, without taking much of the time, this was the insight which I wanted to give and share before you in the form of the remodeling and revisiting our vision statements and guiding principles for all the stakeholders present here. In the conclusion, I wish to make one more humble submission, that we can make this congregation, we are seeing the 11th edition of it, so we can make this congregation a bit more inclusive by making space for one more stakeholder, which is a very important stakeholder in India, which I also represent, which comes in the form of a policy makers and a administrator. In what fashion and to what extent the FSCI team will be able to accommodate it, that's a matter of further deliberation. Maybe you can think about, it's just a wild imagination, you can think about renaming the conclave from PACC to PPACC, where the initial P represents the policy makers and the administrator. So just a wild imagination and a submission, so that through this platform we can enable this fire fraternity and the security fraternity to keep pace with the emerging times and emerging India. So with these words, I once again thank the team of FSCI and the sponsors of today's event for making this event getting executed in such a grand manner. हिंदी में हम लोग कहते हैं कि जैसा हमने सोचा था उससे बढ़ के पाया. So this is my first PACC event. So when I came, I have some perception about the kind of event which we'll be having, but I must admit that the kind of organization which we are seeing here, it is way beyond what I have imagined when I was traveling from Delhi to Mumbai. It is very heartening to see that the initiative of FSCI, which started from a very small deliberation between our fire fraternity stalwart Shami Saab and the project heads, architects and consultants around 11, 12 years from now, going back into the time, has fructified to a level, and it has come to an extent that it has now witnessed an international and global participation and appreciation. Thank you once again for having me here and being patient with my listening. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an inspiring keynote address. You have ensured that fire safety is just not a guideline, but a way of life. Now, I request Mr. Dipin Mehta ji and Mr. Ashok Menon to present a memento to our esteemed dignitary, Mr. Romil Bania ji, IPS. Thank you so much, sir. With time, we have learned that it is very important to have gray hair and young community together. With time, we understood that as far as the classical, conventional ways are useful, the modern contemporary ideas make the systems more efficient. The same way, up now on stage, we are going to witness a mesmerizing performance, seamlessly blend with the grace of Indian classical dance with the energy of contemporary expressions, beautifully bringing to life the playful, mystical, and enchanting tales of Lord Krishna and his Gopikas. So with a big round of applause, let's welcome our dancers on the stage, please. Wow, that was really, really mesmerizing. So, taking up the agenda ahead, next up we have Mr. Ramkumar from Estel Fire Pro. He is going to present a case study on Estel Fire Pro CPVC fire sprinkler piping over the conventional system, taking a hospital project. I request Mr. Ramkumar to please be on stage.
Yeah, very good evening to one and all. Vanakkam Chennai. Come on, show the energy a bit. Vanakkam. Chalo. Can I have the slide? Yeah. So talking about this product came in India approximately around 20 years back, CPVC for the fire sprinkler applications. And we did have a lot of struggle getting it out to the BIS. And now it's been used widely across India, including places like Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore, interiors of Karnataka also. So we thought of bringing a case study for a hospital project, which is one of a kind. And so before going to the case study, I thought of talking about the company itself, Astral. We have completed 25 years of existence. With the blessing from you guys, we were able to do that. And we have a small video to showcase the tank. Can I? The video, please. Yeah.
25 साल पहले एक कदम बढ़ाया, एक सपना सजाया, संघर्षों से दोस्ती कर नई दुनिया बनाने का जज्बा दिखाया, जो चलता आ रहा था उसे बदलने की ठानी। सफर मुश्किल था, हमने हार ना मानी, लिखी हमने एक नई कहानी, बदले तरीके, बदली बातें पुरानी। जब आप हमसे जुड़े तो आगे बढ़ने की ताकत मिली, जब आपने भरोसा किया तो तरक्की को रफ्तार मिली, इंडियाज़ ट्रस्टेड पाइप ब्रांड का खिताब पाया। आपकी मेहनत ने शेयर होल्डर वेल्थ को भी बढ़ाया, हर मुश्किल से लड़े, हर दिशा में बढ़े, नई सोच नए इरादे लिए बस चल पड़े। सितारों से जुड़े, इंडिया के हर कोने से भी जुड़े, घर बनाने के लिए हाथ बढ़ाया, नए रास्तों पर कदम बढ़ाया। पर ये जो कुछ भी पाया है, आपके साथ ने ही तो दिलाया है। पूरी दुनिया में मेक इन इंडिया का परचम लहराया है। हमने साथ मिलकर काम ही नहीं, कमाल कर दिखाया है। आप ही ने तो एस्ट्रल को फास्टेस्ट ग्रोइंग बिल्डिंग मटेरियल्स ब्रांड बनाया है। उसके लिए आपका दिल से थैंक यू।
With the 25 years, again I say thank you. Now coming to the case study, we did a project in Davangere, that is in Karnataka, wherein they came up with a multi-speciality hospital, and they didn't have any sprinklers in it. And with the fire department asking them to put up the sprinklers, this was something which they found it easier to install. With the running hospital, they were finding it difficult to put up a GI. So this is one of the case studies we have done. Talking about the product, these are all UL listed pipes as well as the fittings. And we were the first company to get the pipes ISI marked as well as the fittings also ISI marked now. Fully approved in NFPA 13, 13R and 13D. If looking at the hospitals, they look at 50 years life expectancy, which is more than the life of the concrete. And microbiological infused corrosion, which you call as MIC, doesn't comes into these pipes or doesn't forms in these pipes. Scalings and corrosions are not there. The jointing, the installation part is much easier compared to your conventional systems. Now, talking about this Davangere Hospital, this is a 10,000 bedded hospital came up in North Karnataka, which is supposed to be one of the largest hospital in that area, and approximately 20 kilometers of fire pipes has been installed. Just to show a video of that. I have the video in the next slide. The benefits over the conventional, obviously, is the corrosion resistance. Being a plastic, there is no corrosion in it. So it has a 50 years plus life expectancy. So there is with no corrosion in it, the surfaces are very smooth. So you have an increased hydraulic capabilities in these pipes comparatively. Very clean, light-weighted, can be installed, start and stop anywhere, and can be installed underside of the concrete. So you save a lot of space on the ceiling part also. So this doesn't happen in the CPVC. There's no pinholes, there's no MICs, which happens, which obviously, results into brown water which comes out of the pipes when you drain it. So that doesn't comes out. So before going to video, one of the one of the things about a hospital is in MRI rooms, you have to use a non-ferrous materials. So this became an advantage for them because they had a huge MRI rooms where it got sprinkled very easily. So this is one of the videos of the hospital which we made. So one of the good thing is that, there was it's not a good thing, there was a fire which happened in the same hospital, and due to the sprinklers being installed, the fire got contained and ultimately got extinguished due to the sprinkler systems. So obviously, with this, we came to know the sprinkler system is more important, and with no corrosion and nothing, the water actually flows through these pipes. That's it from my side. Thank you very much. We do have a booth, a small booth outside. Any questions? There we can take it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ram. So, taking the agenda ahead, यार 700 वाली feeling नहीं आ रही है. So to fuse the energy amongst the crowd, we have a local group here which are coming with their performance and to fuse energy in all the dignitaries present here. With a big cheer, a round of clap, let's welcome a local group of drummers and performers. I hope now everyone is infused with the energy. So let's clap for the performers. We still await the energy. A big, big, big round of applause for the performers. Sustainability in firefighting. It's just not a dream, it's a necessity. And here, to witness how we can have the sustainability in firefighting, we have Mr. Shashmit Falak, the Director of Fire Tech at CT. Let's make fire safety more greener, more sustainable. A call to action about the sustainability in firefighting industry. Let's welcome Mr. Shashmit Falak on stage.
Thank you so much, Mayank. Good evening to one and all, and it's an honor to be here today representing Fire Tech, a pioneer in fire suppression technologies over 30 years of excellence. Generally, when before and after videos that we see shows us the comparison over good over the bad past. However, if you look at this particular video, you see that there is a reverse way. So let's take a time to reflect what could go to worst. This particular incident has fire havoc recently that caused in a most developed economy of the world. They have cutting-edge infrastructure, yet catastrophic fires continue to wreak havoc. Billions lost, thousands of structures obliterated, countless lives impacted, including to those belong to the richer and most famous people. And environmental cost, devastating. Yes, it's a recent Los Angeles, California fire that has shook the complete USA. Massive carbon emissions, depletion of resources, and extensive ecological damages. Gallons and gallons, humongous amount of water was used, and the message is clear that traditional fire suppression methods are no longer enough. The world needs innovation. In an era where sustainability is not a choice, but a necessity, the entire fire safety industry stands at a critical juncture. Regulations are already evolving. Industry demanding are shifting. And the world is looking for fire suppression solutions that are effective, safe, and environmentally responsible. For example, the very familiar adoption to all of us that we are encountering is electric mobility. It's no more a future-ready technology anymore. It's already here. Rather, most of us have already adopted it. Why to go that far? If I want to talk about our firefighting industry itself, the foam-based fire suppression system are already witnessing a transition from traditional fluorinated foams to the new age fluorine-free foams. And once again, Western economies are leading the way. If you observe carefully, the very base of our industry, that is the standards, they already have started suggesting the sustainable products and the practices, which is very much evident if you explore the latest revisions of standards like NFPA 18A or OISD 116 that emphasizes the importance on environmental safety and sustainability. It's a generation of quick videos, content, and short videos. So this particular video I just bring up to you, which is by influencer Jason Patton, and he's stated some scary facts about electric vehicle fires. Have a look. Can you just help me with the video? Okay, I think the video is not getting uploaded, but this person has presented us a very true facts, and there are some scary numbers that the fire which takes place in the electric car vehicles, those are the fires that goes up to temperature of 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. They requires almost 40,000 gallons of water to extinguish. Submerging car into the water up to 3 days, that is what is required, and even after 3 days, there are multiple reignition and the self-ignition that happens up to 3 times before the entire fire could get extinguished. And within just 1 year of time, this is particular thing what we have done. And this particular test was done just exactly 1 year, that is on October 24, where we successfully extinguished the car fire, which is an electric car fire. Electric car fires are no more a nightmare now. They no more require 40,000 gallons of water, but just 400 liters of agent. No more submerging of the cars for 30 days, but a complete 100% extinguishment just within 2 minutes. No self-ignition even once. Forget about 3 long days. That's a sustainable innovation. That's a revolutionary F500 encapsulator agent. Leading the future of fire suppression isn't just about technology. It's about a responsibility to innovate sustainably. This is where F500 are revolutionary, 100% biodegradable, non-toxic, non-fluorinated, non-carcinogenic fire suppression solution changes the game. At FireTech SCT, we are not just adapting to these sustainable changes, but we are leading them, protecting lives, assets, and environment. Complying to the standards, we are ensuring net zero emission, zero fluorine, absolute safety. When you decide to walk down the path of sustainability, the very first decision that to be made is whether to follow the industry trends. No, we are here to define them. And I stand here today not just to present the FireTech's capabilities, but to extend a powerful invitation. Join us. Be part of the movement. If you are a consultant, let's redefine the firefighting standards together. If you are a contractor, partner with us for innovative, globally compliant solutions. If you are a consumer, future-proof your fire suppression systems with sustainability at the core. If you are a fellow industry member, let's raise the bar of fire safety innovation together, because the real competition is against fire. The industry is not just demanding the better solutions, it's demanding leadership. The leadership begins here, it begins now. Because when safety, sustainability, and innovation meet, we don't just fight fires, we create safer, cleaner, and more resilient future. Thank you so much, have a great time, and see you soon.
Thank you, Mr. Sushmit. When it comes to fire safety, failure is not an option. Let's welcome Mr. B. Lamba from NVR Walls and Fittings for his session, Never Fail. All right, taking the agenda forward, as many of us are aware that FSAI has recently launched his Dubai chapter. And throughout this process, we received tremendous support from Dubai Civil Defense. This partnership is built on a shared goal, ensuring safety for everybody. We sincerely thank Dubai Civil Defense for all the support they have extended to FSAI. We have Lieutenant Saeed Ali and Lieutenant Hamad Al-Tamami from Dubai Civil Defense to grace this occasion. Let's hear about 1 billion readiness from our esteemed speakers. Truly a bold initiative with a global vision. With a big round of applause, let's welcome both the dignitaries on the stage, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hamad Al-Tamimi from Dubai Civil Defense. It's an honor to stand before you today to discuss an initiative that has potentially to change the world, the 1 billion readiness. This groundbreaking program is not just about fire and safety. It's about saving lives, empowering communities, and creating a safer future for all. Over the next years, 2025 to 2027, Dubai Civil Defense aim to train and raise awareness among 1 billion people around the world on fire and prevalence and emergency preparation. That's why Dubai Civil Defense is leading this global effort to share knowledge and making the world a safer place. At the heart of the initiative is collaboration. In the partnership with 34 countries and 18 major fighting organizations, this program will share knowledge across borders, ensuring that people from all walks of life, whether in developed cities or remote villages, gain access to saving life information. The initiative was launched in Dubai with partner with 34 countries and 18 major fire organizations. The AI technology will also be a big role in this initiative. A digital platform available in many languages will allow people from all over the world to access training, learning life-saving skills, and even get an official safety certificate from the Director of Global Fire Incidents Indicators. And also, each one that will participate in this initiative will have a chance to win a grand prizes over the years. So let's picture this. Children learning to organize fire hazards in their homes and teachers leading students through a fire drill, or a family practicing an escape plan. These simple actions, these moments of participation can mean the difference between survival and knowledge. And it's not about individuals. It's about creating a rapidly effect where knowledge passes from one person to another. Let us show you a small video about an example of the courses that are available in the website. Can you help me with the video, please? Let's proceed. Let's proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, emergency can happen anytime, but being prepared saves lives. With this individual, we are taking a big step in making the world safer for everyone. When 1 billion people around the world are trained and ready, we create a future where families, workers, and entire communities can live with a great peace of mind. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can build a future where 1 billion people are empowered, prepared, and ready to protect themselves and their community. I would like all of you to take a photo of this barcode, and you can make all the courses in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I request our President V. Srinivas, Mr. Suresh Menonji and Ajit Raghavanji to present a memento as a token of gratitude to Lieutenant Saeed Ali and Lieutenant Hamad Al-Tamimi for presenting their speech. Thank you so much, sir. Agni Controls, a distinguished company from Chennai, has been the forefront of innovation, introducing several groundbreaking technologies to our industry. It is our pleasure to welcome Mr. Selvakumar Balachandran of Agni Controls to share his insights on Make in India in fire and safety. Sir.
Thank you. Vanakkam. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, can we have the presentation, please? Yeah. So, I think the AV is getting ready. So, today I'm going to talk about Make in India and how Indian manufacturers are impacting, the fire industry in particular, and our journey in, to contribute towards the nation's growth. So, this presentation is going to throw some light on the Make in India initiatives from the government of India and how Indian manufacturers are impacting the nation's growth. So that is going to be about today's presentation. And Agni Controls started in the year 1985. We are an industrial fire protection OEM manufacturer and a turnkey solution provider. It's ready? Okay. Thank you, finally. Right. So, all good things start with some technical snack. So, I think we are on the right path right now. Okay. So, we are an industrial OEM manufacturer and a turnkey solution provider. I'm afraid we have some more snack. Okay. Yeah? Okay. So, we started way back in the year 1985. Agni Control started manufacturing custom-built electrical panels and custom-built fire alarm control panels. Our first Helon fire suppression system was commissioned way back in 1988. We manufacture products and systems under our brand names. Balawa for gas-based fire suppression systems. Flooded for special application fire detectors. Balawa Mist for water mist fire suppression systems. And DIFA for tube-based automatic fire extinguishing systems. So coming to today's topic on Make in India. So the Make in India initiative was primarily made for three important goals: to make India as a manufacturing hub, self-reliant or Atmanirbhar Bharat, and of course to increase the exports and put India on a global supply chain. So today in the fire industry, unfortunately, most of the major components from, for the fire suppression systems come from US, China, and the European Union. And many of the components still come from US, Europe, UK, China, and Taiwan. That is the scenario in the present condition. So, what impact does Make in India have in our fire industry? Well, throughout India, industries are keen to develop products and technologies to support the Make in India mission. And we at Agni Controls also constantly provide need-based technologies and product solutions. So our flooded special application fire detectors has created a huge impact in this Make in India, and we have created a substantial impact on indigenization and import substitution. One of such example is the IR ember detector. Before 2005, 100% of the IR ember detectors used in India were imported. And today, after 2 decades, I'm happy to inform that only 15% is being imported and 85% is indigenously manufactured by us in India. Similarly, the flame detectors also, before 2005, 100% of the flame detectors used in India were imported. And now, after 20 years, only 50% is being imported, and balance 50% is indigenously manufactured by us. Thank you. Agni Controls, it has a strong technical core in both electronics and mechanical systems. We are one of the pioneers in the fire suppression technology. And at present, we are setting up an R&D test center to test the fire suppression systems, including water mist systems, as per the EN standards. And currently, international product approval is in progress. So coming to the Balawa Mist fire suppression system, we offer pump-based high-pressure and low-pressure water mist systems, cylinder-based high-pressure systems. So these are some of the clippings taken from the water mist testings that we do in our factory. And this is a 3D model of our skid-based engineered high-pressure water mist system. So the water mist systems are basically the extinguishing mechanisms have many important design parameters. It extinguishes fire by considering the heat extraction, oxygen displacement, dilution of air and fuel ratio, and penetration of the water particles through the mist. The risk area environment also plays a very vital role in this fire extinguishing capability of the water mist systems. So this is just a graphical representation of how water mist system extinguishes fire. It is suitable for areas where water availability is a constraint, where water could cause irreversible damages, where other fire extinguishants or agents are unsuitable, and where clean and green environment is required or need to be improved. So when you're talking about environment, since all of us are here, I would like to bring an important note of CO2, which is being widely used as a fire extinguishing agent. There is a huge debate, whether CO2 can be used considering the decarbonization goals and all those things. Well, this is an UN document from the United Nations Environment Program, which says that carbon dioxide is not manufactured for the purpose of firefighting. Well, it's a byproduct of many other processes such as refineries, sugars, alcohol manufacturing. And instead of letting it go into the atmosphere directly, we are just storing the cylinders and letting it go later only in case of fire. And that is called as sequestering. So the ultimate result from this document is that CO2 has no net effect on the environment. So safe to say, as of now, CO2 can still be used as a fire extinguishing agent. So coming back to the extinguishing capability of the water mist system, another important parameter is the spray flux density and the spray velocity. How often have we heard about the smallest particles being the best extinguishing in terms of water mist systems? Well, it's a myth to say that the smallest particles have the best extinguishing capability. In reality, water mist systems, the minute particles may move in a three-dimensional way much faster, but it lacks the amount of wetness or moisture to extract sufficient heat and to give the desired extinguishing capabilities. In reality, it requires some amount of wetness or moisture to extract heat and convert that moisture into water vapor, which forms the blanketing effect. In fact, the standard itself says that water particles up to 1,000 microns are termed as water mist particles. So what are the challenges? Of course, it is a green technology, but The high pressure pump-based extinguishing system, water mist extinguishing system, requires enormous amount of electrical energy. Of course, it requires a lot of power, but only in case of fire and not continuously. So we have been working on the R&D of water mist systems since 2004 as an halon alternative, and with constant improvements and upgradations over the past 2 decades. And these are some of the applications where water mist systems are being used. Okay, so we have been, for the past 4 decades, Agni Controls has been contributing to the nation's growth. Our fire protection systems and products are being used by the Indian Army, Air Force, and the Navy. On January 15th, 2025, our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi, inaugurated 3 vessels into the Indian Navy. The INS Nilgiri is a stealth frigate warship, and it was the first warship built in India by India for the Indian Navy. And we are proud to say that our fire protection systems are being used in this prestigious project. Our fire protection systems were mill grade, was built on mill grade, JSS Penta 5 approved. And we have become the first company to successfully indigenize the fire protection systems on board the Indian Navy warships. Previously, the naval warships itself, along with the fire protection system, all the control systems used to be imported from Russia or colonial British used, used warships. So this is the first time now we have successfully indigenized the warship, and the government of India has given us the opportunity, and we have taken up with pride. And now, so far, we have supplied to 7 naval warships. So now it is high time for everyone to trust Indian manufacturers, trust our technology and our capability, our innovations. Since many of the decision makers are here, give domestic manufacturers more opportunities for them to prove that they are worth for them to compete with the national as well as the international level. And of course, they will come with better quality. Thank you so much. Thank you, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. New Age is just not a name, but they are also redefining excellence in fire safety. And today, we get a sneak peek into the latest innovations by New Age. So with a big round of applause, please welcome Ms. Sujal Shah on stage.
Thank you, Mayank. Thank you so much. I think I'll switch on that side. Thank you, Mayank. Thank you so much. What a great evening and such a wonderful crowd. Happy evening, all of you. And like the gentleman, who was just here, who left the stage from Agni Controls, he said that it is time for everybody to really give opportunities to Indian manufacturers and believe in them and the innovation and the technology that we are bringing in. And I think the time is now, and it is already happening. We do not have to wait for this. So today, I am here to present the first ever made in India air crash fire tender. This is something very, very different from what we have been seeing this evening until now. So I would request you to play the video, please. India. You know, this is completely manufactured in India in a small town called Surendranagar in Gujarat, which is very much in India, and it is, you know, right from the tank to the superstructures, the cabins, everything. You are seeing the visuals of the actual, you know, chassis which was imported from outside. This is a custom-made chassis. And this is the, you know, laser cutting happening for the superstructures, for the components which are being built. The sub-assembly floor where you see the components are being welded and bolted together. And this is the assembly of the chassis happening in our factory. So the subframe components are installed on the chassis and the rubber metacons are then mounted on the superstructure. So here is the vehicle, the final vehicle, which was just, you know, which got ready before 1 week while I speak here. After the vehicle gets ready, these are the tests, these are the rigorous tests. Right now you are seeing that the vehicle is being tilted at a 30-degree angle and it should not tip off. This can only, you know, happen if it is engineered in a way wherein the center of gravity is very low as possible. This is the flexibility test wherein, you know, when you lift one side of the axle at least 360 mm from the ground, all the other vehicles should remain on the ground. So these are the tests which happened in the factory, and there were much more, but the time is really short. So, you know, I'll not be talking about all the tests. I'll be going to the second phase of the testing which happened in Indore. There is a national testing track in Indore. We had to bring the vehicle on a trailer because this cannot be driven on the normal roads. Here you see the braking test. This is the most important test, I mean the most critical as well, because the vehicle must stop from 64 kilometers of speed to 0 within a distance which is not more than 49 meters. And again, it must also stop from 32 kilometers to 0 within a distance of not more than 12 meters. The stability test, while, you know, this is when the vehicle moves at 35 kilometers in a circular radius of 30 meters, the vehicle should remain stable. These are the tests which happened in Indore. And of course, these tests are done when the vehicle is fully loaded, which means this is 36 tons of the load which we are talking about. The acceleration test happens, you know, I mean, the vehicle must attain a speed of 80 kilometers within a span of 35 seconds. So while on a 30% gradient, forward or backward, the plumbing system of the vehicle should be such that, you know, it should be able to pump out 85% of the water capacity from the water tank. Now you are seeing the visuals of the roof and bumper turret throw test. The roof turret throw should exceed 85 meters and the bumper turret throw should exceed 45 meters. And here is also the visuals of foam quality test. These are just some glimpses of the, you know, rigorous tests that happened on this vehicle. This is specially built for the Airport Authority of India. And with great pride and happiness, I am, you know, I'm here to share with my FSAI family that we were able to successfully complete all the tests in one go. All of them in one go. And there cannot be a better place to share this. Thank you so much for hearing me.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This was indeed an innovation in the fraternity of Make in India project. We have a surprise for everybody here. And to unleash that surprise in front of you, I would like to call Srinivasan sir, Dipen Mehta ji, Nimit Seth sir, Pankaj Dharkar ji, Suresh Menon ji, and Ankur Gupta ji on stage, please.
we are here to show the surprise launch of next PACC.
So I would request Mr. Srinivas and Mr. Dharkar to say a few words on this. There only, sir.
So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, once again. You have seen the announcement of next PACC. Let us have a blast again at Mumbai. And this is going to be a wonderful venue. I don't know how many of you have witnessed the Fairmount Mumbai. Thanks to Suresh and also Raki Madam, I think, and our Pankaj for the entire team to bring this venue to us. And I'm sure that event also is going to be as exciting as this. And definitely we would like to do a much better job, and let us look forward for that. Please be there. Every one of you should come back for this. Thank you.
I think the target is 1,000 plus delegates and a carbon neutral event with complete decarbonization strategies adopted for the first time for FSAI PACC 12th edition, right,
Wonderful, sir. Really, under your guidance, I'm sure that is going to happen. Thank you.
Can we have a loud cheer for the people who are ready to witness PACC 2026 in February? Indeed, every time we launch PACC, a sheer amount of happiness is seen inside the crowd. We truly admire this event. We come forward, we meet each other. A lot of knowledge exchange happens for the next 2 days, like every year. And we are looking forward to future PACC. Bollywood Blaze, evergreen hits on fire. After such a knowledge exchange programs, let's witness from classic favorites to foot-tapping beats. This performance promises to be a spectacular celebration of rhythm, energy, and pure entertainment. Sit back, enjoy, and let the music take over.